Hello, friends. Welcome back to another standard video. A deck that I haven't covered in a while, and that also has changed significantly from sort of the last time I looked at it. Is Jeskai Control, and it seems that right at this moment, recording this Monday before Lyon/Atlanta, the Spotlight Series, Jeskai Control's getting a little bit of more attention, and this version of it, or sort of this version, Shahar Shenha, a two-time world champion, has been championing it, double champion, a lot recently, and winning a lot on the ladder in High Mythic, and other people are talking about it. Da Vinci MTG on Twitter posted this list saying he's been having a lot of success with it, and also a sideboard guide. So I was like, well, that's too convenient of an opportunity to pass up on. So here we are. And I think the idea is that this is a deck that is capable of beating, of course, the green decks. I think that was always sort of the strength of Jeskai, that it was able to attack the green decks very well, but also lessons. And here we see how much hate we have with the 2 Rest in Peace in the main deck against the Lessons decks, and 2 Unagis also, which is an insane card against them, especially in conjunction. If you have Rest in Peace House and Unagi, there's no combustion techniquing the Unagi, of course, so really good. And yeah, just 4 Get Lost, which is really nice against Boomerang basics. Bouncing the Stormchaser talent in response, you can blow it up, which is nice, and of course blows up Artist talent. The Braid blows up the good old Monument of Endurance. We have Lightning Helix as another nice removal. We have Jeskai Revelation. And I think these life gain spells, they also make it much harder for the Lessons deck to actually close out the game on you, because they rely on the Monument to burn you out. But all this life gain makes it easy for you to survive, maybe to stock up and consult a little bit more, and to then find the answer for an in-play Monument, which you have an Ultima and 2 Braids, or you can bounce it and count it on the way back. Normalize is just a pretty good card. Generally speaking, it's just a great card. Kind of nice against Nature's Rhythm. It counters Nature's Rhythm, counters Riddler. And yeah, so the Helix also very nice against looting, the heal-free effects. It just makes kind of sense that the deck has its place in the meta. Unagi is really good against looting. It's not good against black decks, I guess, because they can kill it easily. But black is really not seeing much play at all, so kind of makes sense to main deck the Unagi in this metagame, I think. Yeah. All right. And also notably, we have 2 Mistrise Village. I've usually been a hater of this card. I just hate the tabland aspect of it. I mean, this deck has 7 ways to have it untapped. So something. 2 of them is definitely on the aggressive side, but I'm just going to trust both Shahar and Da Vinci had 2 in their list. Just going to trust them, even though I don't like the card personally that much. Yeah, and the mana base is gonna get even better next set, right? We're gonna get Hallowed Fountain and Steam Vents, so we don't have to play all these tap lands anymore. Pretty good for Jeskai, in any case. Sideboard. Yeah, Annul, great against Lessons, of course, and looting. Fire Magic. I don't quite understand this one, but I'm gonna roll with it. Like, historically, I like Pyroclasm a little bit more, especially against Badgermole on the draw. It's just, you want to kill it on the draw on turn 2. You don't, Fire Magic doesn't do that. But in any case, I'm gonna roll with this list. I think at World Championship we had 2 Clasms, 1 Fire Magic as well. We wanted to have the 1 Fire Magic because it was so good in a mirror match. When the opponent did a big Song of Totentans, you could just, for 1 mana, blow up all the rats. That's why we had the 1 Fire Magic. In any case, Voice of Victory in here, very nice in the control mirrors. Negate, Riverchurn, Monument, a little bit of extra anti-control hate, I suppose. We have Tishana's Tightbinder as well, some flexibility. The Swiss Army Knife. We have a Beza for some life gain against Mono Red, I guess, but the deck is already pretty good against Mono Red with the 4 Helix, I would guess. And then a second Ultima, which is nice to have if you run into Jeskai artifacts. And I suppose it's just for all those Badgermole Cup decks as well. Landfall, it destroys the wagon. which is nice, plus all the rest, of course, and blows up all the Earthbended lands for good. Yeah. Kahar played one Fountain Port I saw in his main deck as well as a 27th land over like a second 3 steps ahead or something like that. Fountain Port, yeah, I mean, I think the idea is that it's good in the mirror match, but it might just be a little bit too next level because like how many people are going to play this deck at like Lyon or whatever. It's probably not going to be maybe 5 to 7, 8%, maybe to the max. So Fountain Port doesn't seem that great. Yeah. Anyways, it's time again, finally, to play some Control. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh baby. Yeah, I told you so. Mistras Village, bit of an awkward card. Let alone 3-color deck with lightning helixes cannot really allow them itself to play many cards that don't cast lightning helix. And this deck runs 3, I guess. 2 Mistras, 1 island. Awkward. So yeah, if you want to make the mana base a little bit better, just cut one of the Mistrises for, I don't know. For probably a Verge of some kind. Yeah, I'm just going to bottom the expensive card. 27 lands is definitely reasonable to do. Even if the 27th is not a Mountain Border cut type of deck. Like all the lands so they can Kaito me. Yeah, this matchup's not good. This matchup's historically pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's prevent the Kaito here. Worst card they could have would be a Preacher. Otherwise, kind of okay. I mean, Deep Cavern Bat would be annoying. Hopefully they just have removal and Flood Pit Strana. They do not have a land. Huh. I want to hit the land. They might Kaito me. Turn 3. Probably should play patiently. I mean, they have Flood Pits, I guess. Bloody P. I don't really want to kill a Flood Pits, right? So if I use it there, I could just bang. I could just hope they don't have the untapped land on top. Yeah, okay, I'll go for that line. Counterspell? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Nice. Come on, another land off the top. And we in business. Bloody P it is. An annoying spot in the sense that they could just draw untapped land to hardcast Kaito, but I mean, I do have to do this now. I think I'm forced into doing that, and if they have untapped land, it is how it is. Yeah, tap land again. Oh, not that one. At least it doesn't draw cards, I guess. Huh. I think that one's kind of alright. Hope they just try to play Curiosity. Maybe they'll just kite him. Oh, wow. Okay. In a mill. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Might just Day of Judgment here. Could also Consult. Pretty reasonable. They could Curiosity me though, which is annoying. Oh. I don't want to throw away the Day of Judgment yet. I mean, they know about it, which is not annoying, but We're just gonna attack me for like 7, right? Next turn. Game 2, I would take the Mistrise. But here I'm a little worried about not having, like, I want to do this next turn maybe, and I need 3 white for that, and Mistrise doesn't give me that. Demia, playing against Demia with control, always tricky business. Not having the Get Lost makes the Kaito scary too. But maybe they don't have the Kaito, because then they would have maybe didn't to play with Preacher. Last turn, that was a good draw. Kinda. It's annoying that I don't have Get Lost, I guess. Okay. My opponent also knows about the No More Lies, so they're kind of incentivized to Restless Reef me. But maybe I can get him with Unagi at some point. Unagi and No More Lies is also kind of nice. They have to pay and then you can still counter. Maybe I should try to set that up and go for the Consult for an untapped land. So I have this and this. They know about the Unagi too. Keep forgetting about that. That's actually gonna prevent me from getting them, huh? But then I can't Consult. Then I have to play it this way, because I need to Consult now, because they're not gonna play into it. Not gonna activate their Reef next turn. Just play into my Unagi. No way. So we have to play this sort of slower game, but I don't mind that. I actually mind that. I like slowing it down. I'm gonna find Jessica Revelation and claw back in. Flood Pits. What about the No More Lies? I'm saying my opponent is very thoughtful. I mean, I feel like I liked also the way they played this game so far. Looked good to me. Wow, they're gonna do the Restless Reef. What? No. Really? Very surprised. Build themselves? Interesting. Is this a May? No. I kind of knew it wasn't, but sometimes you just want to double check. You know? Magic has so many rule texts to remember. Isn't it kind of crazy as a Magic player, like how many cards are like ingrained in your brain and what they say? It is an insane stockpile of information. This was weird to me. I mean, what does it tell us? That they maybe have a really bad hand? They just desperately need stuff, but like them drawing 1, me drawing 2 is just not a good deal. I'm just gonna shock, whatever. Like, you have so many good options here. I already used both Helix. Maybe this normalized usage is bad. Kind of have to feel the vibe of this deck a little bit. Like, keeping both normalized is kind of nice against Shoot the Sheriff. There shouldn't be a stop in the upkeep for what it's worth. It's completely unnecessary. Like they did with like Razorkin Needlehead and Shieldred, but with Unagi it's a waste of time. They should fix that. Like there's no point. I wonder if should I just keep the Unagi in the deck post board? Maybe. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Nice. Yep, and exactly what I said. The 1 mana removal, not good. It's the water bend. I could have thought about my pickings there longer, but we kind of entered the stage of can't lose, I think. I want to play a little bit faster. I'm a very methodical player. I think about a lot of lines, you know, this and that. But for entertainment value purposes, I guess I could speed up at times a little bit as well. You're gonna give me 2 and you draw 1, yeah. This turn. Well, I guess they don't know about my hand, obviously. Like this thing can also block the Unagi. I don't know what's going on, but like doing. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. Why you're still dead. My hand is already perfect. Okay. Took game 1. To be fair, game 1 is the game where they don't have that many counter spells. So that's easier. I will say, if their list looks similar to the one I was playing with, we just double check that one again. And they don't even have that many sideboard cards, I think. Let's see, like, how much sideboard cards did I have? I had like a Duress, a Negate, a Washi Tong, and an Unagi. Yeah, I mean that's kind of cool about this deck. It goes around a lot of stuff. Like a lot of the hate cards, like a Null being played highly is really good for this deck, right? There's no Null targets pretty much besides the rest in peace, I guess. Beza, Fire Magic is, I guess, the Tidebind is also good. Ultima is kind of okay-ish. Beza, Voice of Victory, 3 steps ahead. So what I used to do in the past was like trim the Ultima maybe 3 steps ahead. Unagi looked good there. Maybe cut a Jeska Revelation. A Null hits Curiosity. That's it. I believe. Beza, it's just not that good. Voice is weird. Voice is weird. Like I could see a world where I just want to have voices instead of the sweepers, I guess. You can actually kill them, it pressures the Kaito. The deck is very instant speed anyways. I don't know. Feel free to let me know in the comments, I guess, if you think voice is any good. It's maybe a little bit better on the play. easier to not fall behind on board, that the 1-3 is actually relevant in pressures. Funny hand. I mean, yeah, I'm buying. I'm buying it. We have planes in red. A lot of life draws to change that, I guess. We have 2 helix. Early game is covered. It's thinking. There you go. I guess now I can even play this to have normalize up. Lost me life though. I don't think there's the like. Obviously, there's cards in the format that I would want to normalize, but then they don't see play. Like a Phyrexian Arena. I mean, I can blow it up. Tong as a 1/1. What the frick? So you're really telling me you have a Kaito, I guess? That's throwing out a very good card for very little. So, gotta be a 90% chance that they have a Kaito in hand, if I may say so. Which is annoying, because now if they play another creature, I have to kill it. And if they play land, they can play Kaito. But I do have Get Lost, so it's actually not that at all. What's going on here? Okay. Sure. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. He's a dead. Kill it. Play your Kaito. You may play it, but you have to pay the regular mana costs. No cheating. You can plus it. And you get 2 maps. Then I'm gonna normalize your next play. I'm gonna play a Consult or Unagi. Smart. Smart opponent. Using the window they had to deploy that annoying card. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I do have Unagi though, so you draw 1, I draw 2. I want to give them information about my hand. And I don't want. Saren. Should I consult for an untapped land here for 2 mana? Then I tightbinded a deep 7 bad. I need to. Yeah, remember they still have a Kaito in hand, so if they go for that, Tidebinder is gonna be very nice. Very nice. It's been a while since I pulled this play off. Ooh, yeah. Thank you very much. Oh, Agi time. Summon the Unagi. That was a nice type. Ooh, they have the bat first. Play it. Surprise! You can take my removal spell, which you can have to, but then you leave me with a very good card in hand. Great, huh? And the Unagi makes this Curiosity look pretty shit. So this is actually a side effect that Unagi has that I didn't really consider when I told you guys at the beginning of this match that this matchup likely is bad. Unagi has kind of won me 2 games in a row. Yes, I haven't won this game yet, but you know my opponent only has 1 unknown. They can't. Well, I guess they can kill the Unagi. They have exactly enough. Annoying. They can shoot the Sheriff the Unagi here, technically. Tap 4 dudes and the map. 2 dudes and the 4 things. But they need to shoot the Sheriff. Or else. Also at 25. They had 13. Yes, 2 Sharks and a Tidebinder is 7 already. And I just cast Triple Helix. It's kind of cool that this deck just can definitely burn people out. Right? Like you literally have 4 Helix and 3 heal 4 to the face, Jessica Revelation. So you have 24 damage in your deck, just as sort of a kill con already. Yeah, well, what do you even... Oh, wow, they have it. That's sick. Okay. Impressive. That's pretty impressive. Alright, fair enough. They did have it. They're at 10 now, which is that much. This game is gonna get interesting for sure. They are low on life. They kind of have to start worrying about the Tidebinder. They do have Kaito now, and they do have Curiosity, so we draw a lot of cards. I have Get Lost and Consult. I presume I'm ahead, but I don't think by that much. Maybe I'm like 60% to win this game. Oh. Interesting. The thing is, I can just burn them out. Potentially. Oh, what a G. One's drawing very well. But they had the Bitter Triumph. Well, it was kind of sick. They had exactly enough mana to pay for it. It was also pretty insane. Okay, well. Yes, I'll attack. You block. I did cut 1 Jessica Relation. Yeah, I think that's a smart play. I think opponent's playing tight. They played tight game 1, they played tight game 2. They also drew very well this game. I did draw well too. Like, we both had really good draws. They just had a bit better draw than I did. And they were on the play. So I'm still at a very high life total. I'll take the Unagi here. I mean, I could just kill the Kaito. The Get Lost. But the Unagi threatens their life total. And yeah, draws me. Counterspell is obviously now very threatening from the side. They haven't drawn any. Might not have any. Could have Spell Pierce, they could have Essence Scatter. I mean, the Bitter Triumph type effect is actually really good against Unagi in this spot. Maybe I should have taken that last. Kept the card. Like my spot. 4 unknowns is too much. They just... The Bitter Triumph was too much. That was their last card. They had like such a sick draw. To be fair, I got him real good with the Tidebinder, but like... Flash freeze. Like, why did, I guess, Tidebinder? Tidebinder. I think I'll just try to burn my opponent to death. Hope they don't have a counterspell. That's my best hope, honestly. They didn't map, so I think they have Tidebinder in hand. Kind of feeling deal them 4 to their face and to bounce. Maybe just the Kaito. Maybe the Siren. I can just kill the Kaito and bounce Siren. And they actually do not have good attack. Oh. Tough call to make. I think I should just... I mean, I'm also going to draw 2 cards. Oops. Spell Pierce. The one on Spell Pierce. Yeah, this opponent would say they had luck on their side this game. I do have a sideboard guide, don't I? Why don't I not use it? Emir, Day of Judgment out, Recipe out, 3 steps ahead out. Gazer in, Fire Magic in, Voice of Victory. Okay, well. You say so, I'll trust you. What else would I bring in? Oh, Ultima out. Wait, well, I have 1 too many cards. Oh, he doesn't bring in the Tidy Boys. Tidy Boy is not coming in, yeah. Beza is. I don't know about that. I don't love the Beza. Let's leave in the ref. I don't think they have that many counter spells. No Day of Judgment is interesting. That makes some sense, I guess. Yeah, this seems fine. I mean, Fire Magic is better in this matchup than it is than Pyroclasm is. So this is certainly a matchup where Fire Magic shines. It's GG. That's probably actually GG. Going to 5. That has upside. Certainly a draw. It's the Unagi. Like the Unagi. Oh, it's just the most expensive card here. Land. Actually, nice. Bitter Triumph. Nah, Nasty, 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 nasty. So I'm on a 5, they're on a 6, but they have 2 more than I do. More cards. Good testing. Opponent's good. Good matchup to test. Bloodpits Drowner, Tidebind. Yeah, what can I do? Counters. Curiosity is very, very good against this deck. That's sort of the main issue. Interesting. This is a tap land, by the way. But I play a Tidy Boy, then I play Curiosity, and I'm cooked. Bloodpits, Kaito. Kaito would actually be a lot better for me. They just have. That's fine, I guess. They're out of stuff, that's good to know. The arena tells us so brutal. One of the worst things about arena, really. Interesting choice. No more lies mana up. Interesting choice. Gonna turn down the light a little bit. I'll look less lively now, but it's too much. It's too bright. Kingdom for an untapped land off the top. That would decide the game. Yeah, be so lucky. One time dealer. Need a lucky punch. The seal. Map. Kept up one. Did I forget about Voice of Victory? Oh, baby. I rather want to kill this. I don't want to bounce this. I could bounce the Restless Reef, I guess. I realized that they punted. Okay, we have the Mountain Monastery, which is huge here, as we're flooding a little bit. Or flooding. Gas. We're pulling into 5 this game and stock up. Stock up did resolve. Yeah, it's not looking too bad right now. I would think they have a spell piece in hand. I will put that note down. The way they didn't map there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they have a Doomblade. They didn't have it for a long time, but otherwise they probably would have killed the voice at some point. They already used the Doomblade as well. They might have Spell Pierce. Second Curiosity. Maybe Kaito. I think I'm just going to counter the card draw. Turn the Siren into a 1/1. I have Kaito again. Have that. Doesn't actually affect this thing, right? That. Oh yeah, I turned off the right one. Jesus Christ. For a second I was not paying attention, but I did accidentally turn off the right one. Frick. Anyways, well. Thing. But yeah, looking at the top 9 here is probably gonna serve us the victory. They can make this maybe into a 5/4, which would be good against Helix. In case I don't find a Get Lost in my top 9. They did have to shock themselves, which is concerning, of course, from their perspective. Okay. Easy. Let's tap like a responsible adult. Like this, maybe? Actually, we can tap this. Dead 9. That's lethal, right? Yeah. Yup. Voice of Victory. Sideboard plan successful. Mulligan to 5 here against the Mulligan to 6. Yeah, that untapped Sacred Foundry was the decider off the top there. Nice. Beating a bad matchup, and my opponent, I think, played really tightly. Besides that, maybe that one map may or may not. I don't think it would have been that decisive, the one map there, but yeah. Cool match for sure. Very good match for testing purposes for Lyon. I mean, I'm not gonna play Lyon, more for understanding the format, but if I would be playing Lyon, I would look back at this match and be like, hey, this was good prep. GG's, Mr. Tough G. Pleasure to play against you. Okay. Yeah, this sounds fine. Untapped Mistrise here. Free step set seems pretty sus in this format. Slow effect, while the format is kind of very cheap and lean. The Lesson deck has only 2 and 3 mana and 1 mana spells. This deck, whatever it may be, exactly has good against counter spells too, because it's so fast out of the gate. The 3 mana counter seems pretty shit. Yeah, just need it. Not terrible. Bloodmaw or Detect. We'll just hold up Get Lost for the Uro. Hope it's just a Floodmaw and not a Detect intrusion. Recipes in the main deck is something okay. Something I didn't even really talk about. But they don't have a land. They don't have a land in hand, so I don't even need to kill that. Giving the map. Yes, I. Funny. He's also sort of shuts this off, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, what's going on here? So they have like Might Form Harmonizer. I think I'm just gonna stock up. I don't. Get lost again. Riddler would be. I guess Riddler would be an issue. Yeah, Riddler would be really annoying actually. And that's a card they probably splash in the blue for. Maybe that was a little loose to not hold up the 3 steps. They bottom the 4/4. Yeah, clearly seems like they do not have Riddler. They kept on top. So I assuming I'm just playing against the blue-green landfall, like landfall of Riddler. I think Winter Night Stories maybe. Oh. No, I guess not. I guess it's a mixture of different things. Yeah. Ooh, what? Ooh. Yeah, well, whoa. Stop here in the main phase. Let this resolve. Looks like they don't have detect. I think they might just have a little bit more. That's why, yeah, they have blood mine. Oh, silly. Hit me for 4. Okay. They have a weird list. Like commander, and they're playing one of each. Like, what is going on, friend? What are you doing? I don't know what all these cards are doing in the same deck. Which one is getting it? This one. Shock. Thing. And rank seems pretty good too, actually. You have Floodmore, don't they? But great again. Many good options. Floodmore, my monk. I guess I should have done it in the upkeep, theoretically, yeah. I mean, there's an argument to be made that they could have some random counterspell that costs more than 2 mana, but very unlikely. In any case, I don't think it matters much. I got Flash Cry. something I can affect with my rest. I have to say, this Jeskai list, the more I think about it, does feel very strong to me. I don't think I want Rest in Peace for Still Explorer. No. Yeah. Magic. I guess I can check the sideboard guide again. Landfall. Rest in Peace out. Kyoshi out. But they do have good old Riddler in this list. Then bring it to base. 2 and null. 1 Fire Magic. 1 Ultima. I like a null. Show me enough. I think I like it. Not gonna do that. Bring in Tidebinder. Unagi. Unagi doesn't seem great, I guess. At least one I can shave. 3 steps ahead also seems a little sus to me. No, I guess it's just Tidebinder or Unagi. I don't think I want any of the other cards. Tidebinder is fine. Unagi is just good versus Riddler, and it can surprise. Get thrown in there. Tidebinder. I don't know, Tidebinder better than this, maybe. Yeah, again, like, I think this list is really clean. So, good job, Shahar. Good job, Da Vinci. Oh, I hate this hand. I don't think I can keep it. Just 2 counter spells, 5 lands? No. Yeah, that's fine. Interesting choice already. The Fire Magic. Could just kill the elf on turn 1. I could just do this. It sort of leaves... Yeah. Like, this is obviously better if they don't have elf. Just play my tap land turn 1 and, you know, but this sort of gives me more abilities to do things, optionality. And I think I would actually kill the elf here with the Fire Magic on turn 1. Prevent shenanigans. Set it. Now I have to do it. That's, I guess, the upside of Fire Magic, that you can do display, which Pyroclasm is not capable of. It's a decent upside. Okay. I can live with that. Maybe Unagi. Maybe the 1 Unagi is kind of nice. Yeah. Against Riddler. Riddler is such a powerhouse. Get Lost feels pretty shit. Let's badge him. Okay. It's too much value. My hand's too terrible. This I do not like. This whole situation here. See, I mean, maybe I get out of it. Ultima. All the Surveil lands. Bloodmore still in their deck? What the... I think I just have to hope that they don't have any counter spells. The origins and counter spells are kind of funny. Sorry, with the spider sense to detect intrusion. You can bounce it back to your hand, go for it again, that's pretty nice. Could try to bait the counter spell with Get Lost again. This thing is gonna die anyway. Are they doing something? Alright. Have the counter? You. Enough. Somewhat okay outcome for me. They spent their entire turn. And we got the negate out of their hand. This thing is gonna die. I think I'll just take the high power card. They go to 11 here. Oh, you don't say. That is extremely good for me. Wow. Wow. Drawing Jessica Revelation, not the best draw step. But it's okay. Blue green decks, they know how to go to the late game. Are you saying? I don't know, this list is so funky. Yeah, I guess they have internet stories too. Yeah, I guess I definitely do, don't I? Tender in the deck, what the heck? I'm gonna take 2 lands, so. The land, salt. Good ED. Could bluff the that map. That lands there. I can't pass up on a scry, a surveil. Okay, what do you got, my friend? Two mana. This turns every target non-legendary creature. Every creature becomes a nice fold. Dude, 2 of them. Ooh. I think I'm just gonna cast this. be a little loose, but just wanna I don't wanna get screwed by a counterspell, you know. Takes away 2 mana. Rang, just kind of nice as a tempo avenue. Okay, this is an interesting game. I have to say, this Jessica Revelation card is super fun too. I'm loving this deck. Might actually be a pretty good choice as well. Oh, alright. Revelation that, I guess. I have 4 monks. A formidable force. Anybody? Why is this deck not playing any Seam Rip? Is what I'm wondering a little bit. Seam Rip seems kind of nice. Kills Elf, kills Artist Talent, kills Grand, Badger Mockup. You can bounce it with Boomerang Basics, I guess, to get your thing back temporarily. But I do wonder why there's not a single Seam Rip in the deck. In the entire 75, you know. Good idea. So I don't really have a direct way to kill the Ouroboros, which is sad. Could kill the... Can I like produce something? In Meringue we're reaching a few things, and then like Abrade the Cub, Meringue, Moltender, and Ouroboros, attack them for 8. Yeah, I think that's good. You could attack with the monks first. Then if they just block the mold, I mean, do that, right? Just block the mold, then that's actually bad for me, but they're not gonna do that, I think. It's actually not atrocious for me. I'm just gonna do this. So Helix Phase, it's what, 15? 8 plus 7, 15. Yeah, it's not enough. I could... Wait a minute. Did I just throw away lethal? Oh, wow. Not lethal. Ladies and gentlemen, a pro player. This is actually a play that made me famous a little bit. Yeah. The good old stack. The actions. If I would have played a land first, I wouldn't even have needed to play the second normalize, because then I could have just cast. That's why I was, for a moment, I was like, oops. Then I could have just paid for the normalize on the Lightning Helix. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Jessica Relation is a nice endgame. This deck. Platinum, we're coming. Let's get it. On the play. I don't. Oh, we have an Elegant Parlor and a Dream. 2 lands off the top and I'm good. If I don't hit, I'm not good. I have no more lines, but Multiversal sucks. 2 early interaction spells. This is a shaky one, I say. Let. If the Parlor would have been a Sacred Foundry, I don't think I could keep. I would have mulliganed that hand. But the Surveil made me like it. Lasermeyer Verge, red, black, something, something. I like the one of Meringue. I think it's smart. My, oh my. I don't think I need the second Day of Judgment, but I kind of like hitting my land drops with this deck. Could have played this differently too, but whatever. Like, I could have played an untap. I guess it doesn't matter. I actually can cast. No, I can't cast both of these, right? Because they cost. I have 2 blue here. So yeah, I could have played this untapped, so I can cast both of these, which maybe would have been a good turn. But I mean, now I'm just gonna cast Consult. Okay. Whatever. I have a good card on top of my library, so I don't... Why did I use a Braid? What the heck? Why didn't I use a Lightning Helix there? That was just brain fart. Lightning Hose... I mean... Okay, fair enough. I guess if they... Like, I don't know their list, like, but if they have 0 artifacts, it's correct what I did, but I don't know their list, right? So it's like a sus move to make. They're probably just sitting on a bunch of removal. Like it's ridiculous how good Consult is, by the way, that I'm thinking about taking the Consult there. But like 4 mana, look at top 7, top 8, pick the best 2 is just so ridiculous. I don't know, might have been correct to take a Consult there, to be honest. It's not very good. Like, I think why this deck is also good right now is because like people are not prepared for it. Like people have to, like, everybody has to play like 3 Soul Guide Lanterns in the sideboard. Everybody has to have annuls and disenchants, and then they have to have sweepers like Pyroglad, and they have to have cheap removal. Like, there's like all these decks, everybody has to flash freeze now, and people play in the sideboard. That card's actually fine against this deck because it does counter the Jesker Revelation. But I feel like a lot of the cards that people play are just not hitting this deck, which makes it kind of nice. Kill my monks, you got me. Okay. We're definitely in garbage town now. This is obviously not a competitive game anymore. The Unagi is good against that. That's funny. You got it. I guess. Braid the Ghost Dragon. They did have an artifact, I suppose. Yep. Ka-ching. Unagi's nasty, nasty, nasty. 10 life. Almost lethal. 4, 9, 12. Let's rate this, I guess. They want to spend 5 to make a demon. I die. I guess I could have Helix their face. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Garbage town. Doesn't matter. Yep. Unholy Annex. When I saw that card, I thought it would dominate standard for a long time. Didn't really turn out that way. I mean, it's certainly made an appearance, but dominating it was not. Maybe it will get its moment. Because we're getting a lot of shapeshifters in Lorwyn, which are demons after all. Anyways, let's take a look at the sideboard guide and see if there's a black-red demons on there. Definitely not. It is! What? No, I'm joking. No. Okay. Visa, reasonable. Type banner, reasonable. Negate, reasonable. I mean, the best card they have, they play Lasher. Okay, Lasher's kind of good. Let's get rid of the rest in peace. Let's play. Ultima. And negate. The Slasher is actually kind of annoying. Maybe I should play Rest in Peace. Just like one. Because they have Slasher and a Lasher. What about Unagi? I don't know. Play one negate, one Unagi maybe. I'm just gonna play that. They will bring in discard spells. They will bring in maybe stuff like the 4-mana Chandra. Yeah, Annex, of course. That's a nice hand. Stalker. I know I have Day of Judgment, but need the white, but I'm not willing to keep a land here. The way they took the stock up so fast makes me think they have another one. Duress effect. Hilarious. Slasher would be annoying here. They like to play the 2-mana legends from the new set, I guess. Mai and Sao. Looks like they have some sort of removal spell. Or at least a play for 1 mana. Man, so many goodies. What is going on? What do I want? The second consult and an abrade. Maybe just this and 2-mana spell. They don't know about the Day of Judgment actually, so they might play into it. I don't know. Could also take the Ultima. Oh, this is like, can I have them all? Interesting spot. I don't know what was correct there. Take 2. Nothing again. I mean, that's not gonna win you the game. I'm just gonna shock. It makes it so that I can play a tap land next turn and still cast Day of Judgment, which I like, and you know, the 2 life. We have so much life gain on our deck to worry about that. Just black-red hate beers, huh? This is better than casting Marae. I think it's better actually to do this. Yep. Oh, shit. Ugh. I forgot about that one. It's like, oh, consult, nice. Doesn't care about Razorkin when they cast it, right? And then, yeah. What about that? For a minute. When you feel too confident, now I'm down to 7. Should be at 10. Annex would be pretty decent. I mean, I do have this though, I guess. Ooh, nice. More though. Kill one of them. So, this is just a ping deck, yeah. They might also have burn, I guess. I mean, they might have lightning strike. Bounce the slasher and shoot 4 to their face, block the 1/1, something like that. I don't want to shoot a creature with the 4 damage because then they shoot the creature in response with one of their removal spells in hand. Maybe I should have just taken the Get Lost instead of Negate. So I'm going to tap myself out anyways, and I already do have a counterspell. This is like the small stuff that probably doesn't really matter. Here you want to double block, so they can't, like if you single block, they can still cast a removal after blocks. Double block just makes sure the thing dies. Okay. Actually annoying. Forget about that one. Excuse me. I think I just cast it for 2. They can normalize whatever they have here, I guess. I mean, yeah. That's kind of a nice play. Kind of debated me a little bit into you, but like I still get to eat the Alesha now, so it's like not the biggest worry. If I didn't have the normalize or the negate, it would have been like both. So it's like I also maybe should just use the gate there. I can pick up a normalized if I want to. Another consult also. Or just pick the consult there. They play the slasher. I get lost the slasher, and then I consult into more stuff, and then I just win. All right. We did drop a game against Dimir, which felt not as rough as expected, I guess. I think, although I will say to that I think the reason, one of the big reasons the matchup against Dimir didn't feel that bad, and it's a general reason in this format right now, is that again, people just have to fill up their sideboard with all these hate cards, with like a lot of graveyard hate and a lot of enchantment hate, and this and that, and some creature hate. And you know, a sideboard just has 15 cards, and so you do in a very diverse metagame, you do have to make a choice. And because I feel like most people are targeting Lessons for reasons that are very obvious. It's a great deck, and most people are targeting the Badger Mole stuff decks. And they also have to target landfall and whatnot. They just don't also have the space to target this deck. And so if a Dimir opponent just has 3 sideboard cards, it's a whole different world than half a year ago when Dimir probably brings in like 8 sideboard cards in a matchup against Control. So yeah, metagaming at its core, essentially. Play a deck that people don't have good sideboard cards for. It's a great reason to play a deck. Yeah, and this list feels pretty clean. I'm very impressed. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little control session with me. I definitely had a blast, as you could probably tell. And yeah, let's see you in the next video on this journey to Lyon. Take care, guys.